Hey guys, I had a quick thought to share with you today. The other day I was watching The Flash, which is part of the DC multiverse. And in this particular episode, I was watching Team Flash was working on Barry Allen to remove some of his memories to kind of fight the enemy at large in that particular episode. And they accidentally wiped his mind. Like, he had no memories. He couldn't recall any of his life experiences. And Iris West, who is his fiance, like, he couldn't remember who people were. He didn't even know who she was, but he was accepting, like, what they were telling him was that he had no memory and this is who he was. So he was spending time with Iris, and they're sitting in the coffee shop, and she's just looking at how light and happy and playful and just admiring his joy. And she's wondering if they should restore his experiences and his memories and all of his thoughts to his mind, because he's gone through so much hard stuff. He'd experienced so much trauma in this storyline that to just see him happy made her happy. And she thought maybe it'd be okay for us to not restore all of this to him. So as the show goes on, there's this circumstance where the Flash is called upon, and he is needed in this scenario to rescue all of these people from a building. And this new Barry Allen, who's basically had his mind wiped, can't recall so many of the lessons that he's learned, so many of the things that he's gained from his experiences. And so the Team Flash knows, like, this is the moment we need to restore all of these things to him. And they do. They restore his memories, his experiences, everything kind of floods into his mind, and then he remembers how to be who he has learned to be, and he saves all of these lives. And as I was watching this show, it really impacted me. It reminded me of a couple things. First of all, hardship and trouble in life. Totally not a surprise to God. Doesn't take him off guard. In fact, Jesus told the disciples as he was getting ready to leave them in John 16:33, in this world you will have trouble. He didn't say it's going to be really great for you, but sometimes it'll be hard. It was like this emphatic, it's going to be hard and you're going to have trouble. So hardship and trials and struggle and pain are inevitable. That's the truth of it for our lives, the lives we're living, the real lives, not even a TV show, but real everyday life. Trouble is inevitable, guys. Jesus warned us of it. But he also went on in that same scripture of John 16:33 to say, take heart though, I've overcome the world. I've overcome all of it. Every hardship you could face, every trial, every struggle, every challenge, I've overcome it. And to know that Jesus wants to be in our corner. If we receive him into our hearts and into our lives and invite him to lead us through it, he wants to be in our corner, not just fighting for us, but fighting through us to be overcomers over hardship and struggle and pain. The other thing that this series made me think about is that our struggle and our pain is not without treasure. It's not without gain. I know that this is one of the hardest scriptures for me to swallow and to just take in and absorb the truth of it, but it is so true because I've lived it, and it's in Romans 8:28, and it says that we know that God can work through all things and bring about good for those who have been called according to his purposes. And it is crazy for me to think that God can work through all things to bring about good. All things, like all trauma, all struggle, all pain, like we can grow from it. We can gain something from it, some treasure, some strength, some piece of our character that once we have overcome the hardship, there's something we can hold on to and take with us forever and never have to let go of, because we fought for it. We gained that treasure through the hardship. And now we have something good from it. And that's what we get to take with us. That's what we get to go forward with, is some good that God gave us back through the hardship, through the pain. I think it's like right in the midst of the storm where it's really important for us to remember these things. Number one, that trouble is not a surprise to God. Jesus knew it would be so. And he's not shaken when we go through turmoil. He wants to be in our corner fighting for us and through us to be overcomers. And number two, that there is no hardship, no struggle, no trial that we would go through in life that we don't gain something from. And sometimes it'd be easy for us to think, if I could wipe my mind and go back and say, all of the hardships I've lived have just disappeared, and it's like as if I'd never lived them, we would lose something. Some of what we've fought for and some of what we've gained through all of those hard experiences. So whether it's something you've been through in the past that you are still fighting to gain that good blessing to take forward in your life from it, or whether it's something you're going through right now, I just wanted to remind you guys that it is in the midst of the storm, in the midst of the pain, of the struggle, the turmoil, the trouble, that it is most important for us to remember that he has overcome the world and that he wants to fight in our corner. And that what you are going through now is not for nothing. There is something for you to gain from it that you will be able to hold on to forever. Something good and something beautiful. Even if that doesn't make sense, trust in him and ask him to lead you through it. Ask him to show you what to do next, whether it takes a week or weeks or years. Trust him that this is not for nothing. There is something good, some great treasure for you to hold on to forever. Not just in this life, but I believe a treasure for you to hold on to for all eternity, for what you're going through right now. I love you guys. I hope that brings encouragement to you today. Just hold on and endure and trust in him.